to governors and executives and stakeholders here present. Thanks to all Biafrans, home and abroad, liaison officers, heads of administrators and departments, our allies, our lobbyists, our international and local attorneys working tirelessly to finalize our movement to Biafra land come 2025. Thanks to our foot soldiers. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Soldiers. The Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Resistance Fighters, the Force, the Biafra Navy, the Air Force, and the police. Thank you so much for what you do to protect our people from the terrorist Nigeria state. Please continue to do what you do every day as our PM has directed you. Do not relent. Do not waste a second to reach out for help. You know the help our PM has established before this brief incident. Please continue to reach out for help. Thanks to all the supporters of the liberation movement, home and abroad, privately and secretly, in cash or in kind, you all are our heroes. Thanks to the Biafra media, under his leadership, our own Sonny Abarawa, that works tirelessly day and night to ensure that the world is not confused about the propaganda being sent out by the Nigerian government against Biafrans and against the indigenous people of Nigeria that have wallowed in abject poverty, being killed every day for almost the past 20, 30 years. Thank you so much, the media team. Again, my name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, the Chief of Staff to the Biafra government. The redeclaration of the independent state of Biafra is sacrosanct and comes up in the next few days in Finland. Our God, our Chukwu Okike Abiyama, has ordained this period and the day of Biafra declaration. We have followed every peaceful means to be free from the terrorist state of Nigeria, who reintegrates non-terrorists into the military, into the police, into the army, into the Air Force, into the customs. That is what they do. The records are there. The Nigerian Defense Chief, Christopher Musa, publicly accepted and shows the world how Nigerian government reintegrates non-terrorists into the state. Now is the time for Biafrans and all indigenous Nigerians to liberate themselves from these shackles of terrorism to make the world a better place. As some of you are aware, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, was invited by the Finland local police for some frivolous allegation by some disgruntled Nigerians living in Finland being sponsored by the Nigerian terrorist state and Europe and Britain. Our PM responded to that invitation and still doing that as we speak, delivering information, giving them the reasons why indigenous Nigeria must be free, the reason why Biafra must be free, the reason why the world is going to be a better place when Nigeria is divided or collapsed, so that the indigenous Biafrans, indigenous Nigerians can function at their highest capacity, not this capacity set by Nigeria. You almost heard or read some misguided Nigerian journalists and politicians and some Nigerian agents that our Prime Minister says He is now the leader of Biafra government in exile. That our Prime Minister is in jail. That our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, is a terrorist. That our Prime Minister is inciting people. I believe each and every one of you here must have heard some of those charms being perpetrated by the Nigerian government, their agents, and their newspapers that are stooges to them. Well, I will give you the clear and real answer based on facts, not based on propaganda, not based on fictions. Our able Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, is well, hale, and hearty. He is not in jail, and as we speak, not convinced of any crime by the local police in Finland. At no time did our Prime Minister ever say he's not our leader. But some miscreants working in some Nigerian TV stations feel happy using such false and misguided narratives of an earlier comment that our PM made years back and juxtapose that to their current madness on social media. That shows the world how low some Nigerian journalists could go. Please ignore their ignorance. Anything you did not hear from the Biafra Republic government in exile does not exist, especially from the office of the Chief of Staff. The Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, never committed any crime. He is fighting for the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. He is fighting for the freedom for his people and defending them through self-defense, which is the right of the individual and the right of the people. Let me declare again, our Prime Minister is not convicted of any crime in Finland by the local police. They are just gathering information. I know they took his phone, which is normal, and all of us know is normal in any process based on the lies that the Nigerian government and their agents in Finland, some Biafran agents who we have their information, have lied and submitted to the local police authorities. Again, the Prime Minister of Biafra has committed no crime. The manipulations going on by Britain and their slave stooges in Nigeria is well understood. And I believe Biafrans, you all know this story. My advice is for everyone here, and my advice to those that are peddling false information against our Prime Minister in the local police in Finland, the Finland authorities, those that are listening, and the stooges, we, the Nigerian government, with some of their lives in Southeast, governors, Southeast politicians that are peddling lies. The only thing I can tell them is this. You can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Am I coming out very clear? I hope everyone is listening. Can you hear me? Am I coming out? Okay, good. Great. I'll continue. The crop of leaders we have in the Biafra government today have all it takes, spiritually, educationally, financially, to ensure that Biafra is declared and other indigenous Nigerian nations declare their independence to make the world a better place. Our population is too many, and the diversity as well as the deadly intentions of the Nigerian leaders made the breakup of Nigeria an urgent call, both by all international leaders and all local leaders. Nigeria has killed its indigenes enough. Nigeria has killed Biafrans enough. And any genuine and indigenous Nigeria that wishes to continue existing inside this enclave that kills and maims every second, we wish the person luck. But for Biafrans and indigenous Nigerians that wants to make the world a better place, the entity called Nigeria must crumble so that indigenes will go their separate ways and start rebuilding from the scratch. And I'm going to go ahead and give you some of the points that have made Nigeria a burial ground. And let me be very, very clear. The lies and some of the gossips that was given to the Finland local police about our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is what most of us hear. We hear every day from those that are fighting for the independence and restoration of Biafra. Do not make any mistake about that. It's still the same indigenes using the Nigeria government, using Britain to continue their atrocities and killings to indigenous people for their selfish purposes. Mark my word, that has come to end with bringing with this government and with these indigenous Biafrans partnering together and our allies to stop this terrorism going on in our land. Let me start with the dangerous diversity. In Nigeria, there is no harmony in culture, in ethnicity, religion, constitution, sense of belonging. You ask yourself, why do most Nigerians keep leaving the country in droves? When I say in droves, Nigerians leave the country in droves, both from the east, west, north, and south. Every day, thousands of Nigerians are at the airport trying to leave the country because most of them cannot express themselves inside that terrorist state and not get killed or imprisoned by the Nigeria government headed by current President Tinubu and the senators and the House of Representative members. In Nigeria, this is among the only country where we have two religions being practiced. They practice Sharia in the north, and then they practice the regular constitution in other parts of the country. And I want to ask anybody listening to me, how can you operate two constitutions in one country and you expect the indigenes to just keep quiet? If you are a Christian living in the northern part of Nigeria, President Tinubu makes you live by the Sharia law. If you do not obey the Sharia law, President Tinubu is part of the people that supports the Sharia law that we stone an innocent Christian to death just because she wants to question what is going on here. You all remember the story about Deborah. Deborah was murdered, was stoned in the streets of the northern part of Nigeria where Sharia was practiced. Did any of you hear President Tinubu make any comment, or the former president of Nigeria, Buhari, or Atiku, the one contesting for president? Did anybody hear them condemn this practice that you do not have to kill any indigenous Nigeria just because they are living in the northern part of Nigeria where another kind of law called the Sharia is being practiced, is being supported by this same Nigerian government today?
What is religion? Since July 8th, 2002, according to the only...
Yeah, this is from our staff Brigadier Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, Chief of Staff of Biafran Liberation. So you guys should know that this freedom that we are fighting for is going to come definitely. So there's no two ways about it. All the allegations laid against Simon Ekpa is all propaganda. You understand? So you just have to focus on what is in front. You understand? That's just it. There's no debate, there's no authorism and all that. We will get this Biafra, that's for sure. Thank you very much.